All right, we are back today, episode 9. We're doing the one life. If our boy dies here, the map is deleted and he is deleted. There's no coming back from it, right? And then we start from scratch. We'd be on attempt number 3. Right now we're on attempt number 2. I thought I'd be on attempt number 9 by now. Um, so I'm pretty happy with how things have gone. Let's get right into it. We also have a bit cheeky, named it Final Attempt. Let's look at world modifiers. What's going on here? Very hard combat, hardcore death penalty, 3 times resource rate, much more in terms of raids, no portals and no map. So obviously to step up. Um, for some of you who are skeptical, I had a comment the other day saying, hey, it'd be harder if you had a zero point 0.5 resource rate. Obviously, obviously, but these episodes are already 30, 40 minutes as is. And typically when a person is trying to get out of the, uh, even just the meadows, right? You have to kill about 40 attempts. I have needed at least 400. That means 133 boars. So, and that's probably how it's going to go. I'm going to be dying in each biome, if I'm being honest and humble. I don't think I'm going to beat the queen on attempt number 2, as good as I am feeling now. So, yeah, so I think a lot of people might misunderstand why I would do that. It's not really a make things into a farming hell challenge. It's a what's the world going to be like? Can I face that world? Can I handle that world? Not do I want to have to uh, kill 600 boars in the course of 6 weeks? Because I don't think anybody wants to do that or watch that. I think, yeah, so I think I'm justified there. We're kind of just taking it slow a little bit slow, a little bit easy, kind of getting a feel for it. We've accomplished some very big goals recently. Just killing some trolls from some good leather, just getting some bronze, with using a troll to get bronze by smashing up those rocks. And now we've got a pickaxe without having killed a single boss. And we're not going to keep killing bosses if I can help it for a little bit more, because I love the easier raids for now, because it's happening pretty much every 20 minutes. As soon as I start, as soon as I kill that first deer boss, which is, you can actually see it from here, just down the ocean, and the spawn is about right there. What we did was we ran this way, we ran all the way that way, we ran around the whole island in the fog, got super lost, ended up here, and I wondered, hey, where's the spawn, where's the Ekthir that I had found earlier, the boss summon. And so we ended up all the way over here, and yeah, we're not doing that boss until we find the Elder. Although it would be nice to have the runner and jeep. But I might just end up doing it because I need to have a base by spawn anyways, with those stones. It's so valuable. So I might as well build a base. And when I build a base, I need to raid proof it from every single mob that could attack it. Goblins, trolls, whatever. Um, that means having a pickaxe for stone walls, or digging a trench of some kind. So 2 ways to go about it. Nothing wrong with either. So I might just go do that today. Again, we're going to be taking it slow, but I'm looking forward to getting the swamps as soon as possible, if we're being honest. I don't really need a lot of materials, and we're going to be leaving. I might try a trick I've learned more about today, where you put a cart on top of a boat. Looks a little bit janky, but it gets the job done, so you can carry a good bit more with you wherever you go. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. Just kind of taking inventory at the moment. We're not really speedrunning, right? Like, and for the record, in the future, I will be putting together proper episodes with proper editing, with all the bells and whistles, as they say. Sort of highlight reel, like look at the journey, look at the progress. So we're just going on it today. We're just happy to be alive, kind of a thing. We're just happy to not be dead, starting over in Meadows. That's kind of how I'm feeling. So yeah, let's get to it. One out of 10 in there. 1 out of 10 in there. We still have a lot more to cook if we so wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Load her up. I've been stocking up on coal on the days that I didn't have. Yeah, I think we did a successful boat run yesterday. I was just kind of made the boat, took it out for a spin, and we got 120 ore from here and from there. And I was kind of thinking we want to make a fermenter, because that would be, wouldn't that be so nice to have potions, something where everything's going wrong? No big deal, no problem. More in here, more in there. For that you need a lot of bronze. The only thing you really need tin for, the last I checked, I guess a butcher knife, but that's not really a thing. The only thing you really need tin for is the butcher knife and the cooker, which we already have one of those. So I feel fine just whipping these puppies up. Nice. Seems like I've got more tin than I need. I don't mind having a stack of it though, if we're being honest, just so I need to carry 10 with me anyways if I'm bringing a cooker. And I also need copper if I'm building a forge, right? There's just a few things that need it, but still need it. Because space management isn't such an issue now, right? I've got like a little hovel, but I'm thinking about what happens when I get iron, what happens when I'm cruising the open seas, looking for mistlands, looking for plains, looking for mountains. And that's where every little space, might as well have 3010 instead of just 10, if it's taking up a space anyway. Tons of money. I don't expect to find the trader anytime soon. That's fine. Nobody's going to be upset about that. Let's look. Do we have any core wood? Do we have any regular wood? Might have cooked it all. Hungry, hungry hippo for that stuff. Yeah, one of the things I was thinking of making first, I don't think I made a cultivator yet, right? Get a little garden going. I think that was one of the things I was looking at. Also a buckler would be fantastic, right? Like, as much as I love not defending myself. Yeah, I got some wood here. Okay. No shame. It might be worth just upgrading this as much as I can, because this is what I'm going to be using right into right as we go into the swamps too, right? Like this is going to be, having a proper buckler might be very, very valuable. So we need a 2-star one of those. Okay, no problem. I think a little bit more bronze will have it. I just put things anywhere. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. I just toss things. Absolutely no rhyme or reason. That's just the way she goes. I don't really care for having a bronze. I don't think it's really worth it. Doesn't really serve. Maybe an axe, just because also I usually use it for melee until I get a proper you know, like black iron sword. Yeah, having a little bit better of a, that feels right. That feels good. Right on. That said, let's talk about getting a little garden. That's the thing, I'm not sure, do I want to start a garden now? Might as well, and then just pack it up once it grows a little bit more. Gonna have that fermenter going anyway. See what seeds I've got lying around. I might be good on coal for what I have left. That would be grand, wouldn't it? Yeah. There we go. Some seeds here. Just being able to combine them, make a soup, make. If I'm going anywhere dangerous, I'd rather just have a little bit of that better food with me. I don't think carrots are a huge deal, but they help a little. I mean, when I first started off, right, I needed that bronze pickaxe. I'm sitting there thinking, holy shit, I've got like 15 armor, just not 11 armor even, I think, just from the deer hide. and he slapped me once, you know, like I was a. No, I'm not gonna say it, but I think you get the image. So he gave me a good hit, and I got down to like 6 health or something like that. So every little bit of armor, every little bit of health kind of counts. So we'll just see what that can give me. The meantime, I'm going to be looking for how we can get a proper fermenter. Okay, I thought it was like 30. For some reason, I had in my mind that it was like 30 bronze. I guess not. I guess we're good. Not really going to complain. Fine wood, 30. Resin. Okay, I've got both of that. What we are missing is maybe the space for it. Unless I can just... we can totally do that. That's why I want those nice high ceilings. So you can make moonshine. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So yeah, health potion, stamina potion. What are we looking at? Raspberry, blueberry, honey, dandelion, yellow mushroom. Not a lot of bloobs. Maybe not enough. That would be very odd to have to go into the woods just for blueberries. Yeah, might as well cook something while I'm out here. These things really do save your life, right? Like, you're back against the wall, it's a night, you're cold, you're not rested, all of a sudden you're thinking, dang, I wish I had a little bit of a pick-me-up. No shame in that. I've also been thinking for a small time about making one of these puppies. Thistle, thistle, thistle. I could have sworn I had a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Nice. Probably should have made it earlier, but I'll forgive myself. I'll find a way to forgive myself. Yeah, the organization's still a little bit off, but it generally, you know, food, raw food, whatever. You see the vision. You see the potential. And that's what really matters. Just thinking about it now. What I want to be off to. Blueberries, right, that's it. I might build a quick fence around those carrots before I go off. I'm assuming I'm going to get hit by a little Ecthier raid very shortly, right? I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but there's like an insane amount of raspberry bushes just sort of sitting around me. It's not why I chose this location. It just happened to be here. It's nice. I mean, later on when you're playing and you're just thinking, dang, you know, I'll always out of raspberries. It's just never enough because you don't spend your time picking them, and the ones you picked and the 5 minutes that you started off are just never sufficient, even though they always seem like a lot. Sure. You could have 600 raspberries. It's just it just still wouldn't be enough. Part of the reason I've got kind of like a twitch finger, I've got this new what is it called, Razer Naga X mouse, and I'm sitting on it. I'm thinking to myself, you know, hey, it's got the braided wire. It's super affordable. It's replacing my broken Corsair bit. I had a really lovely Corsair scimitar. I've always deferred to even for work, you know, these MMO mouses, because those 12 buttons on the side, you can macro to like copy and pasting very specific things, and saves a lot of time if you're doing repetitive things. So I for gaming and for the, so look, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 instantly. I don't have to go reaching with my left hand anywhere. Which, yeah, that helps with surviving. Quicker reaction. That's the thing. I have terrible. I say that like as if I'm like some kind of pro. No, I have terrible reaction times. I have terrible coordination, which is why this series is kind of fun. Can like an average, slightly underperforming guy can he beat the queen in one life? I think that's kind of what the question is, rather than, you know, can he farm 600 boars? 600. I'm clearly salty about that. Anyways, we're just having a good time. That's ultimately, if you're not having a good time, why bother, right? All right, that looks like it's good. Blueberries, right? Stock them up before we go. It's morning, so we should have a good bit of daylight. We don't really need a lot more. We do need some. Be nice to do 1 or 2 more upgrades. We'll see how. Then I might just move the whole base at that point. I think that would be fairly prudent. Yeah, I don't care. It's like the kind of thing, stamp potions are so important. I almost don't even want to go out there until I have the health and stamina potion. Like that's how one life can feel, you know? Why risk it? That's really the question I'm always asking. Like, oh, obviously for the views and, you know, for the viewers' entertainment, that's cool, but I think the viewer would be more entertained if I actually made it to plains and mountains and swamps eventually. Instead of spending 15 seasons, the first 15 seasons in meadows. As much as it's just so pretty, but it's kind of like, I don't know if anybody's ever played the that Odyssey DLC, the Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC, right? You've got it's really gorgeous. You got those floating islands out there, and you're sitting there, thinking, man, this is like the prettiest place. I wish I lived here. I wish I died and like woke up here. And floating islands and like paradise. People are just vibing in like their togas, and then you kind of realize like it's kind of depraved in a way because there's no challenge. That there's no need for community to come together. There's no feeling of, and there's also a lot of like all this. I'm not gonna spoil any of it, but all this like odd political stuff going on in the background. People are clearly not happy. It's almost like they're trapped there. I think shows like The Good Place try to resolve that idea of like, does anybody people always say I want to live forever. Do people really understand what it means to live forever? This whole thing, you morph into like some kind of eldritch monster after like, you know, 100,000 years, and I mean honestly, like mental, just mentally, not like an actual like 6-limbed creature. You know every kind of math, you know every kind of thing to do. You've done everything twice, maybe. Even if you're just drifting through space, right? You know, there's all those horror stories about people that are immortal, drifting through space, can't die. What do you do? God, I love my fan club. They always just come rushing for me. Ugly little bastards. Sausages. Like I'm already dreaming of the sausages I can make with that 3 thistle. That, yeah, we're in the money now. That's probably just like my Eastern European ancestry speaking through. I just play games to make sausages at this point. They're so good though. So insanely. They cause a lot of guilt in me. They're so good though. Trick is you gotta have that like that Dijon mustard, just a little bit, because the Dijon is very strong, right? Just a little bit of that. Put that in the bread first. You get a nice big like bread roll. You don't get like a hot dog bun, right? You get a proper bread roll. You get a proper white, onion kind of brat, BRAHT, Polish brat, and then you get a little bit of that sauerkraut. You get some grilled up, uh, onions, green peppers, saute them up a little bit. Put them in the bun first, the roll. Then you slap that brat on top of it, so it's not messy at all. And that's how you should really make a hot dog, in my opinion, too. Is you get the ketchup, the mustard, the relish. You slap that right in the hot dog. Then you, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Some people don't know what relish is. That scares me. These guys don't know what relish is. You can tell. It's a relishless existence tends to cause acts of violence. I'm not loving it. Yeah, I'm gonna give them some of that big sausage energy. What do you think? I just gotta really make the most of having a torch that renders all mobs obsolete. It's not. I can't really do this in the swamps with those zombos, Oh, I've gotta practice this a little. Let's try this. See how this goes. Just terribly. Let's see. Okay. Can I block a 1-star grade over? Kinda, yeah. Okay. Get that skill level up a little bit, right? Yeah, it's probably a skill level thing too. It's not just. I always think of things like, oh, just the raw material. I think, oh, that's everything. It's really not. I think you might be able to block a lot of things with like a simple shield, as long as you had a high level, right? In theory, if I don't die, that should happen at some point. Don't count on it. Bloobs. We are here for bloobs. A lot of good things you can make with them, like healing potions. Apparently. I almost don't know why I'm getting so many. I think I'm just panicking because on another map I'm doing with a friend, we ran out of all of our raspberries and blueberries. We sailed across the world to our original base to loot ourselves. It was kind of a crazy map too, because we ended up just finding a swamp and the trader just showed up out of nowhere. Again, no map and no portals there. He shows up out of nowhere, and now you've got like, if you can get the trader, make him in a base right by the swamp, you've got basically like this invisible force field you can retreat to if you're ever being invaded. And I might just sail around until I see that happen. But it's possible he shows up inland. He could have even spawned, and I just don't even know it, right? The trader is a mysterious creature with unknowable desires. I think I've already cleared this one out. I definitely don't need more. There's just nothing in there for me. Like, honestly, thinking about it, like, I've got 1,000 Certling cores. No need for money. No need for bones. Yeah. Let's rip out of here. Good amount of bloobs. A little bit nervous of running into a dragon or a wolf up there. I do mention the same things over and over. I'm sorry if that gets a little bit redundant. It's kind of just saying whatever comes to mind, so I keep aware of important things. One of those verbal processors, you know what I'm saying? also trying to loosen up. It's always, you know, like the first time you turn on like a microphone, you see yourself talking on online on a public forum. You're a little bit nervous. You're like, man, what am I saying to the whole entire world that's listening right now? You gotta watch yourself at first. You don't want to be put in an asylum too quickly. Mushies. God, I could go for a good mushroom right now. You know what? I'm actually like hella lost. I think it's in this. I think I'm right next to it though. I was a little disappointed in my expensive shield. He just ate right through it. Well, whatever. Best I got. Block armor 22, block force 30. I think the sea serpent shield's got block armor of a little over 60. It's got a block force of 105. It's something very close to that. First or second iteration. That might be worth getting, but I would need a crab island. And the crab island, you want to bring stamina potions for it, because I don't think I know anybody who has not gone a little over enthusiastic, stayed too long, then took a little bit of drowning damage. Looked like crab, tastes like people. Alright. Bottoms up. I do appreciate that if you destroy the smelter, you get the coal back. It doesn't just delete the materials. That's nice. That's real nice. Is that everything I need? I think I just need bandos. Yeah, let's see. Let's do a minor healing. I actually don't know what Tasty does. I've never... Lowers health regeneration. It says right here, of course. Increases stamina regeneration. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Stamina 100%. Oh my goodness. That ain't bad, is it? That's really pretty good. You gotta be pretty certain about what you're doing, though. Health is just as valuable. But if you can maneuver, you can get away and give yourself that extra time anyway. That might be a pretty clever move. You'll think about it. Also, it's not like I can't make 2 fermenters. I mean, I've got plenty of material. Why not? Yeah. Cool, cool. Okay, right on. I think I had stone somewhere. I think I was just putting... Oh yeah, I was just lumping stone in here. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Where was I putting that cultivator? Here we go. I'm not really planning on having a boar farm, unless you're raising a wolf army. I just don't see the need. It's a cool feature, don't get me wrong. Adds a lot of life to a proper settlement. But yeah, if you're moving bases all the time, it's just not a lot. I don't think I can take wolves on a boat. You might be. I think you can, but when I say I don't think I can, I don't think I have the dexterity to do it. I just figured out how to take a cart, and that's a good bit easier. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Just need 5, right? Okay. Resin, fine wood, right? I'm missing the fine wood part of that. Okay. It adds up, it adds up. Nice. I don't know anymore. Good bit of this. I should just eat this. Get it out of the way. It's just garbage. I love eating garbage. I don't know about you, but sometimes, like, you know, like I work really hard to make just a gourmet meal. You know, just homemade, traditional hummus, and You know, I'm really good at cooking all sorts of, chicken and pork chops and steaks. I love a good fat ribeye any day of the week. Nice and rare, crispy out. Right, like I can cook a good meal. That's what I'm trying to get across. But sometimes there's just nothing better than just eating like freezer garbage. And then you're gonna go and you're gonna look and say, hey, I noticed that the language of this video is American United States, like English United States. uh, yeah, represent. You feel me? All right, we're gonna set up another fermenter, and I'll probably call it an episode. It's again, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a little uneventful until I start seriously looking for the elder, which will be soon. That's just the way these. I'm just happy to be alive again. It's attempt number 2, not attempt number 3. Proper edit will come. I'm just getting more and more familiar with narration and figuring out what YouTube is like. I've done video editing in the past. Obviously, clearly, I'm not shy. I've done a lot of all sorts of public speaking, so these kinds of skills really just end up colliding. I was like, just to tell you like what the process is like. I'm like watching the videos. I'm thinking to myself, man, what does this video need more of? Each video, and I'm thinking like, man, just, a little bit loosened up, right? Like a little bit more charisma, a little bit more personality. Doesn't hurt a soul. Because sometimes when you're watching these videos of these guys, like I love personally settled, as controversial as Tile Man has been, which is just, yeah, I could get into that if I wanted, but it's kind of nice to, you sit down for a lunch, you're in the middle of a work day, you've got 20 minutes. It's really nice to just pop somebody up who's like kind of working on a interesting challenge in these survival kind of games, or like working bare minimum resources kind of games, and just seeing that very tangible progression. And you kind of feel like you're working towards it together, right? Like I love that feeling, like you're watching a dude just like make it happen with you though, and you're there for the whole ride. Yeah, there's a reason I enjoy watching those shows, and thought I'd chip in one while I was at it. I thought this was an interesting idea, interesting format. Don't really need more wood. Of course I need more wood, but alright. I'm terrible at math, so you'll see me just like look. You'll just see me like look at my inventory and just like brain goes brrr. Kind of like the motorcycles outside my house right now. I had a motorcycle, and I have no no respect for guys revving their engines outside of houses at even any time past 6 p.m. Actually, any time at all. I don't know why people have to rev anything ever. That's insane to me. It seems like everybody's like in agreement about that, except for the people doing it. So there's kind of beating against the wind there a bit. So what was my goal? I was going to build another fermenter so I could make faster potions. Yeah, how's that going? Okay. This is such a cute little base. Maybe I'll just keep this base. When I have a proper boat, it's not even going to matter. But part of it is digging it out or fortifying it. It gets a little bit tricky. It's nice to have a ditch. It really is.